Welcome to the 7 News Review, your quick recap of the top local and state stories this week from Southwest Oklahoma and beyond. I'm your host, Dave Hunter, and here's what you need to know. Our top story this week, a homicide in Frederick, and newly filed court documents in Tillman County are shedding light on a shooting that left a Frederick 16-year-old dead Sunday. A 15-year-old male and 18-year-old Anna Masia are both charged with first-degree murder, with Masia facing an additional charge of accessory to a felony. Documents say on December 7th, Frederick Police and Tillman County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to Lake Frederick around 10:25 p.m. for an alleged homicide. When law enforcement arrived, they located the body of a 16-year-old victim near Curtis Cove. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation was called to assist in the investigation. During the investigation of the scene, OSBI special agents allegedly located multiple spent shell casings. The victim had a gunshot wound to the right side of his forehead. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner believes the gunshot wound was from a small caliber projectile. In an interview with the victim's father, investigators learned the victim told his father he was at the lake with the 15-year-old suspect. He then stopped responding to phone calls. Investigators say the 15-year-old was brought in for questioning the next day. During the interview, the suspect said he and Masia picked up the victim to head to Lake Frederick. When they arrived, the 15-year-old claimed the victim began loading a weapon and firing for fun before they joined in, shooting toward the lake water. At one point during the interview, the 15-year-old suspect claimed the victim pointed the firearm at the suspect's head for about 30 seconds. The suspect then removed his firearm and fired one shot into the victim's head. The suspect then allegedly returned to the vehicle with both firearms and told Masia what happened and that they had to leave. The two then departed, returning to Masia's residence in Texas. In a separate misdemeanor charge against Masia, investigators say the 15-year-old male suspect had allegedly been living with her in defiance of a court order. Following a court order for a previous juvenile charge, the suspect was ordered under house arrest with his mother. During an interview with his mother, investigators say she allegedly admitted he had been living with Masia. Masia allegedly declined to be interviewed without a lawyer present. You can count on your 7 News team to keep you updated as this story develops. Also taking place this week, a recent statewide push aims to make sure kids in Oklahoma become stronger readers, but Marlow Elementary School is staying ahead of the curve. Here is that full story.
A recent statewide push aims to make sure kids in Oklahoma become stronger readers. However, Marlow Elementary School is ahead of the curve, the learning curve, that is, with the addition of not just one.
We're very excited about what we do here, and so we can help kids. And so I think that makes us stand out to be a little different, to have 2 reading specialists at the elementary school.
But 2 reading specialists who give kids an extra push in their learning. Since they've started teaching, Little Outlaws have improved so much when it comes to literacy.
Teachers have made comments, we can see it on data, confidence in kiddos.
We had a student last year who came to us as a 3rd grader, had not been in school for a very long time, and he came here with not a lot of knowledge. He came every single day for reading intervention, and he came to us saying, I don't know how to read, and he left our lab reading books.
Every kid learns differently, so Marlow Elementary offers its families 30-minute small group sessions that allow children a more personalized learning experience.
We use a very structured literacy approach, very multisensory approach to teaching, so our students stay engaged.
That multisensory approach means kids can learn using all 5 senses, so that can make learning pretty fun.
We do hands-on, we do technology, we do writing, we do dry erase, we do, like you saw, the magnet boards. We're manipulating letters, we're using our hands, we're playing games. They're learning sometimes and they don't even realize it because they're having fun.
Parents, you can even take some of these methods home.
You know, parents of Oklahoma, we just ask you to please help us in this effort and just read with them a little bit every evening. Talk about what book they read that day, tell stories, just have that conversation a little bit every evening.
So when your kids head to middle school and high school, they'll have the foundation they need for success and the confidence to learn. Reporting for 7 News, I'm Skylar Teddington.
And now for some of the top stories making headlines across Oklahoma this week. First, independent voters in Oklahoma will not be able to take part in primary elections for the 2026-27 election cycles, the Oklahoma State Election Board announced Wednesday. The decision affects both Democratic and Republican primaries. While Republican primaries have historically excluded independent voters, Democrats previously allowed independents to take part in their primary elections. According to the election board, neither party filed the required notice to allow independent voters to participate. Without such notice, party primaries are closed by default under state law. Officials with the Oklahoma Democratic Party say the party voted to continue open primaries during the state convention in June and notified the state election board on August 5th. This change will take effect for the upcoming 2026-27 primary elections. Next, an Oklahoma lawmaker wants the future of legislative pay changes to be in the hands of the voters. Representative Rick West says he's drafting a resolution to require a statewide vote on whether legislators get a pay raise or decrease. This would not do away with the existing boards and commissions that make recommendations on pay raises at the Capitol, but would simply make the final say on their decisions a matter for Oklahomans to vote on. And lastly, one Oklahoma lawmaker wants to get rid of homeowners' property taxes in the state. Senator David Bullard filed legislation to freeze or eliminate the taxes. It would be for those 65 years and older who own their primary home outright. To make sure the changes don't affect the stability of public schools and local governments, they would be funded through adjusted sales and consumption taxes. But before we wrap up, a few quick community hits this week. PicoGrid, a defense technology company and tenant at Vista Innovation Park, announced a $500,000 corporate partnership with Cameron University on Wednesday. The award is the largest corporate partnership in Cameron history. PicoGrid develops integrated systems technology. The partnership will focus on developing military software infrastructure for autonomous systems on the battlefield. The research will be conducted primarily at Vista with close proximity to Cameron. Cameron President Shane Hunt said the move aligns with the university's mission to bring career-shaping opportunities to high-demand fields. And also taking place this week, Bishop Public School held its annual Christmas basket giveaway dinner, where they gave a dozen baskets to families in need in the community. The baskets were put together through the generosity of members within the Prince Hall Lodge. The lodge's worship master, Stevie Bennett, says he enjoyed getting the opportunity to meet the community. He also added that seeing people's smiles lets them know they're making a change in the community. And lastly, officials with the McMahon Foundation announced Wednesday that they will be giving a $10,000 grant toward the Center for Creative Living. The money will directly support Lawton residents as it will fund emergency food assistance through the rest of the holiday season. The assistance will support low and fixed-income seniors and allow them to meet nutritional needs amid the increasing cost of living. This was one of two major donations from the foundation. The other grant directly supporting education at the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center in Duncan. The foundation's executive director says the impact of this donation, they'll be able to help with scholarships for about 1,600 kids. She says getting to see philanthropy in action is what makes her work a dream job. Well, that's this week's 7 News Review. I'm Dave Hunter, and for more on these stories and the latest breaking news, be sure to head over to kswo.com or download the 7 News app. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with another 7 News Review.